Chat, the encouraging one another podcast, where it's all about encouragement.
This is Chit Chat, the encouraging one another podcast. Interviewing musicians, comedians, sports personalities, and many, many other individuals all over the world, sharing their story of encouragement, inspiration, what they've been through, what they've gone through, as well as amazing musicians from all over the world. Kick back and relax. For some amazing people you probably have never heard of and their story. Each of us have a story of hope, of courageousness, of inspiration. This is Chit Chat, the encouraging one another podcast. It's always about encouraging others.
This is Joel Gibson JR, Hoodies and Romeos.
Starbucks coffee, rainy beer, Seahawks football, bleed blue and green's how we roll around here. We like sitting around a bonfire on a Friday night, shooting apple crown, throwing down rain or shine. When everybody says it always rains round here, we just smile and crack another beer. We got back roads and lifted trucks. We love country music and we turn it up. We like hunting and fishing, guitar picking, hiking, trailing, backwoods living in the Northwest. Everything goes with Hoodies and Romeos. Hoodies and Romeos. Puget Sound, overcast days, Nirvana, Soundgarden, Pearl Jam, Candlebox, Alice in Chains. We like sitting up in a tree stand with a compound boat, or out on the lake all day long with a fishing pole. Raise a cold one if you're Northwest proud. Let me hear you one time, y'all 12s get loud. We got back roads and lifted trucks. We love country music and we turn it up. We like hunting and fishing, guitar picking, hiking trails and backwoods living in the Northwest. Everything goes with Hoodies and Romeos. Hoodies and Romeos. We got back roads and lifted trucks. We love country music and we turn it up. We like hunting and fishing, guitar picking, hiking trails and backwoods living in the Northwest. Everything goes with Hoodies and Romeos. Hoodies and Romeos.
Hello, welcome back to Chit Chat, the encouraging one another podcast. I'm your host, Jody Sheffield. Got another Hawaiian shirt on. My many collections of Hawaiian shirts, so kick back and relax. It's a fun, exciting, encouraging, and entertaining podcast. I'm so glad you're back. And not only now can you hear this podcast on Spotify, Anchor, iHeartRadio, and other platforms, it's also now heard on Total Mix Radio. I'm so excited to be part of this amazing radio station. The many genres of music they play, independent artists from all over the world, as well as some oldies like John Denver, Sattler Brothers, and Marty Robbins, just to name a few. Go out and check them out at totalmixradio.org and crank those speakers up. Total Mix Radio, it rocks. In today's episode, I'm featuring a very talented musician from where I call the PNW, aka the Pacific Northwest. This entire episode, I'm featuring his songs. I've known him for a number of years, and he's truly making a name for himself and being on the radios, and all over the world. He has performed in some amazing venues and some very historic places in Nashville, Tennessee as well. He's got his own bus, so he can pack up, and he's performing gigs all over the United States. He was one of my very early episodes back in the days, episode number 24. You can go back and check it out. I can tell you this, though, when you go back and check it out, it's a little rough. I've gotten better over the years. Here we are, episode 101. I'm excited to have you back. And, just in life, you get better and better, and you learn from your mistakes. I've kind of learned from that as well. Kind of carried it over each episode I'm doing. No episode's perfect, but you know what? Every episode is from the heart. Have great times with people from around the world sharing their story of encouragement, of hope. So kick back and relax. This is the Chit Chat Encouraging One-on Podcast with Mr. Joel Gibson Jr. This is Joel Gibson Jr.'s song called Roots. Kick back, relax, crank it up, let's go.
Anchor like an evergreen, strong as I've ever seen, proud of where I'm from. You can count on me like the setting sun. Like an old Ford truck with a 302. Roots. Everywhere I've been, no matter where I go, it's in my heart, it's in my soul. Where I crashed and burned, where I learned to grow, it's a love like I've never known. Fits me like a good pair of broken-in cowboy boots. Roots. Roots. Keep you on the ground, lift you up when you're down and when you feel like you're all alone. Just close your eyes and take them home. Like a Merle Haggard song still speaks the truth. Roots. Everywhere I've been, no matter where I go, it's in my heart, it's in my soul. Where I crashed and burned, where I learned to grow, it's a love like I've never known. like an old Ford truck with a 302. Like a Merle Haggard song still speaks the truth. Fits me like a good pair of broken-in cowboy boots.
That was Roots by Joel Gibson Jr.
I know we all hate commercials, but the next 3 commercials are from my sponsors. I'm so thankful to have them on. We have Lone Star Donuts, Tequila and Tequila Street, and Double D's Barbecue and Smokery coming up next.
Are you craving donuts? I got a place for you to check out the most delicious donuts around. Come on down and check out my friends at Lone Star Donuts. They're a locally owned and operated business here in Kitsap County, and now they open their 3rd location. They already had locations in Silverdale, Washington, Port Orchard, Washington, and now in Poulsbo, Washington, with over 50 kinds of donuts. I kid you not, 50 kinds of donuts. Many are filled, many are maple with bacon, real bacon, not that fake bacon. And now they have clutches. I had no idea what these were, but they're like a yeasty pastry with kielbasa on them, and they're so, so good. Check them out on Facebook, Lone Star Donuts. Their 3 locations are in Silverdale at 1087 Maury Place. My number is 360-204-5021. In Port Orchard at 2649 Mile Hill Drive. The number there is 360-443-2600. And now in Poulsbo at 21505 Marketplace, Suite 102. We all know you cannot buy happiness, but you can buy donuts. That's basically the same thing, right? Stop by and check out my friends at Lone Star Donuts. You can find them on Facebook as well. Lone Star Donuts, the best tasting donuts around.
Are you craving some authentic, fresh Mexican food? I am. I want to tell you about 2 businesses here in Silverdale, Washington. They're both locally owned and operated. They got some of the best tasting Mexican food around. The first one is Tequila Street. They're a local food truck located at 9571 Silverdale Way in Silverdale, Washington. They got some best tasting breakfast burritos you'll ever find, including the Breakfast Tex Burrito, the Breakfast California Burrito, the Breakfast Ultimate Burrito, and my favorite, the Barbecue Pork Burrito. Delicious. They also add items like tacos, burritos, and other great tasting items. Call and place your order today. Go out and pick it up at 360-914-9152. That's at Tequila Street. Also, at the Kitsap Mall, Tequila. They have 5 kinds of tacos there. That's right, 5, including burritos, taquitos, taco salads, and my favorite, grilled jalapenos. Yummy. And many, many more delicious items. Also, on Taco Tuesdays, tacos are 50% off. That's right, 50% off. Where can you find that deal, right? Call and place your order today at 360-698-5699. 4335, or head over to the website at tequizatacoshop.com and get some more great tasting authentic Mexican food at Tequiza, located at the Kitsap Mall. Their number again is 360-698-4335.
When I say barbecue, does your mouth just start to water? Barbecue. Well, I got the place for you to go check out, right? Double D's, Barbecue and Smokery. They got the best tasting ribs, dry rub ribs, and the meat just literally fell off the bone the last plate I had. Delicious. Also, they have pulled brisket, pulled pork, sides like bacon, macaroni, and cheese, coleslaw, beans, and cream corn with green chilies. Little kick. Delicious. And a dessert, banana pudding. That's right, banana pudding. Where can you find that at, right? See, Brett and Don, the owners of Double D's, are both strong military veterans. They have found a home here in the Pacific Northwest, and their roots range from Texas to North Carolina and everywhere in between. They bring their amazing flavors to their ribs and their food truck, which is a catering business as well. You can reach them at 360-960-9093. They're on Facebook, Instagram. That's right, Double D's, Barbecue and Smokery. Delicious tasting ribs and barbecue. You got it. Check them out. I'd like to welcome one of the newest sponsors to the podcast, Mr. Alex Pablo. He specializes in assisting small to medium-sized local family restaurants establishments and enhancing their brand, identify, and cultivate a strong business image. He provides a comprehensive support through the creation and maintenance of professional business website, menu design, printing services, as well as implementing an effective online ordering system. His objective is to empower these businesses to flourish and achieve sustained success and increased online sales in their respective markets. Check out aldentedigitals.com for more information. You know, there are times in your life where something just hits you. It's a life-changing event hits you. This is Joel Gibson Jr.'s song called The Gift, and it was about the time when he found out he was going to be a dad.
Just got the news today that my life's gonna change. I got a little boy on the way. I'm a little scared, but I know it'll be okay. And I can't see you, but I know you're on the way, and I can't wait to see your smiling face and hold you in my arms and watch you while you sleep, and all the while knowing that you're the gift God gave me. I've never been the kind to ask for much. Just wanted to be a dad and have someone to love. And now I got all I'll ever need. I got your mom and I love you both eternally. And I can't see you, but I know you're on the way. And I can't wait to see your smiling face and hold you in my arms while knowing that you're the gift God gave me. Growing up so fast, I wish you'd just slow down. I know it won't be long before I watch you drive on out of town. But just like the image in your rear view, son, I'll always have you back, no matter what you go through. 'Cause I wanna see you grow into a man one day, and I can't wait for you to have kids one day and hold them in your arms, watch them while they sleep, so you'll know the feeling that holding you gave me.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Joel Gibson JR on today. Chit Chat Encourage You on another podcast. I'm excited to talk with them and catch up. It's been a hot minute. As always, I got some icebreaker questions for you to kind of get the ball rolling a little bit. You got your little thinking cap on?
Absolutely. I'll do my best.
If a book publisher came to you, a book about you and your journey, what's the name of your book going to be?
Probably Grind.
Grind. There you go.
Yep.
It goes with one of your songs as well. Perfect.
Absolutely.
Okay, if you had a shirt with one word on it, most describe. You said grind. You grind. One word for your shirt as well.
Junior.
Junior. Okay.
So people don't forget it.
What word do you have on your shirt? Just one word. You want to just carry? Yes, it kind of shows who you are and your.
Oh man, that's actually a really good question. I think I don't know. I have to say grateful.
Yeah. You've heard of The Highwayman with Johnny Cash, Christopher Saracen, Willie Nelson, and Waylon Jennings. If you were to combine The Highwayman Part 2 with Joel Gibson Jr. and country legends, who you pick?
Three others, man. I don't even know if I'm worthy of being in a group like that. But if I was, I mean, definitely my first pick would be Eric Church. I would say Merle Haggard, and I would take Ashley McBride.
Okay. Yeah, be an awesome group of great singer-songwriters up there.
Yep.
I see you on Facebook a lot doing Facebook lives, and I see you doing some grilling. If you had some, to grill for a little party, you had one meat. You got ribs, hamburger, steak, or barbecue chicken. What's your go-to item you're going to be grilling?
Between the three, I definitely do steak.
Steak? How do you like it done? Cooked?
I like it about medium rare.
Okay.
I don't want it dead, but I don't want it raw. So somewhere in between.
I know my father-in-law used to just stick the fork in and it's still moving. I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I can't do that.
So this
local to Kitsap County, raised up in Silverdale. Started doing music about 6 years ago, and it's just been the wildest ride. But play country, a little bit of rock, and everything else in between. We really try and kind of span genres and give people a little bit of something for everybody. One of our biggest comments we get is, I don't like country music, but I really enjoy coming to see you. And, our bio is really just going out there and playing music. It was really unassuming right out the gate. I didn't think I'd still be doing it 6 years in.
We planned this a few months ago. I did not know at the time that you'd be on stage with a country legend, as last night you were on stage with Trace Adkins. Before I asked, what was that like when you got the news about the opportunity to be on stage with them and share a little bit? What was that like?
It was, I keep saying the word surreal, it was exhilarating, and kind of a defining moment, I would say, as far as the last 6 years. We started out our year opening for Joe Nichols, and I've got to open for some really cool people. But I mean, Trace Adkins has been somebody I've looked up to for a really long time, and it just didn't seem real. And I'm still sitting here today after last night, not thinking it was real, in our hometown of all places. For him to come to Kitsap County was a huge deal.
Yeah.
Just as a fan, even if I wasn't into music, like I would have been there as a fan no matter what. So
how does that come down? How did that happen? Can you kind of, does that Brittany behind?
As you know, Jody, Brittany does all the work. There's definitely a big piece to that for sure. But I think part of it is, being from this town and doing what we're doing on the level that we're doing it. It was an opportunity that I really truly feel like we really earned and worked for, and it was a great call to get. It was amazing.
Did she break the news to you slowly? You got to sit down for this, Joel.
No, we knew a little lead out. Like, we didn't know who it was going to be or anything, but we knew with it being the 100th anniversary that they were going to bring somebody big in, and we were already booked for Friday night. So I was like, well, probably whenever they come in, I'm not going to be the guy, or it's going to be, the opportunity might not come the way I wanted it to, but it did. And when we got that call, it was dropped on us. Like, do you want to do this? I was like, 100% I want to do this.
You had a new purchase. What's that like?
It's a paradigm shift. I still don't feel like it's mine, but we did take it on its maiden voyage, and the band was amazing, and it was nice not having to herd the cats of 4 or 5 cars on the road and stuff, and being able to have the so-called luxury of being able to have all your amenities there and on the road. It's a shift. Again, one of those other things that has happened in the last 6 years that I never would have thought. If I'd have brought up a bus to Brittany even 4 years ago, she'd been like, "Shut up, like, don't get ahead of yourself." And here we are.
I'll get you a little school bus.
Yeah. We can get a van with no windows.
This question is probably for Brittany if she's around. What's it like planning a 3,000-mile trip, getting venues and rearranging schedules? That's
she is here, and I'll let her answer that. So
for me, it's fun. I love to road trip. I've been to all 50 states. I've traveled to 49, the same truck. So it's an adventure. I mean, really just kind of reach out and find the places that fit your brand, and hopefully they answer, and hopefully they say yes. But the guys, everybody, Liz, Joel, Glenn, Mike, everybody great on the road. We had a great time. So when you got great people to work with, it makes everything else real easy.
Yeah, I stalked the caravan of you guys, watching you guys performed at you guys places. I'm like just jealous. I love road trips.
Oh yeah,
Love them.
During that road trip, you faced some challenges, but you just kind of. I know you've met a lot of people. You had a concert in someone's garage, I think. I mean, you just hit balls to the wall. That was fun to watch.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, it was Jackson Hole for 2 nights. It was off the chain. We already got invited back next year, which we're super stoked about.
Nice.
The fare was, I would say, less than to be desired, so to speak. A lot of adverse conditions, and it was a really hard decision to make. But I knew, the safety and health of us and our band was paramount, and that place really didn't treat bands fairly. And unfortunately, there was a band that went on after us that shouldn't have been in those conditions either. But, a lot of safety issues, and then safety being, occupational safety, electrical hazards. It's 115 degrees on that stage, bird feces, hornets nests. It was nuts. And so, after 3 days and my band was suffering from it, heat exhaustion and stuff, we said like, we're out. And so what we did even during the pandemic is like, we're going to do a live stream at our Airbnb in the garage, and invited the people that were supposed to be there Friday and Saturday night, said, hey, just come up. And we, went and bought a bunch of ribeyes and we had dinner together, and they got to watch the live stream and be a part of that. And we just tried to make it, lemonade out of the lemons,
Right. It's fun how social media has been a great venue opportunity for musicians out there. Facebook Live and Instagram give you a chance to get live all over the world.
It is. It definitely is.
You got to rock out with, I believe, Ned Ledoux.
Yeah.
As well, please.
Yeah, we did that right before we left, and that was our first time playing at Steel Creek in Tacoma. And we've been banging on that door for years now, and so to get the opportunity to go in there and play was awesome. And ironically, Ned and Chris are from Wyoming, so it was kind of a unique send off, for our maiden voyage on the bus and getting to go on our first tour in Wyoming.
I think a while back when you spoke episode 40 or so, you mentioned about doing the whaling day. Done whaling days, and that's a big hoorah for Kitsap County and ton of musicians, and just being out there. Do you still pinch yourself going, look where I've been, and Brittany kicking me in the butt along the way, where I am now?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, obviously, as I think you mentioned it, I think you commented on the post, like, how many times do you pinch yourself? As I'm still doing it today. But for us, yeah, because it really was and is that unassuming, when I go in, our authenticity and our brand hasn't changed from day one. It's just grown, and we've learned as we went, and don't really have like a mentor giving us all the deets. We're just kind of doing market research and figuring it out. Some stuff works, some stuff doesn't. But I definitely pinch myself every day, and I'm grateful for every opportunity that we get, because, it's not something I ever would have thought I'd be doing 6 years in.
Right. And this episode, it's all about you. I'm playing your songs. I got Hoodies and Romeos lined up. I got Roots, The Gift, and Wishes. Those songs have a little bit of a PNW. You got the Seahawks in there. You have Rainier Beer. You can get some PNW. How important is putting a little bit of the genre in each of those songs, your heart in each of those songs, where you live, and what's that mean to you?
I mean, to me, it's paramount as a songwriter. There's definitely that authenticity piece to it. And me as a writer, writing myself and Brittany, just the two of us writing songs and stuff like that, being able to write about what we know, or, writing about other people we know, and just telling true stories, what I think is the basis for country music. They always say 3 chords and the truth. It's paramount for us, to put out songs that mean a lot to us and to tie in the Northwest. Because I've always went back and forth with Brittany. I was like, we don't want to generalize being like from the North. I was like, I do, because for some reason it's okay to write about being from the South, but I don't think a lot of people are taking ownership and pride in like being from up North. And so I'm going to be that guy.
Yep.
The Gift, and having 4 kids myself, and I have grandkids, another one on the way. How important is that song to you when you became a dad? Now your son's driving. Now it's
yeah, it is insane. Yeah, no, that song will always mean a lot to me, naturally, because I wrote it about our son. But I actually wrote that song before he was born, way long before I ever thought of ever playing in front of anybody besides in front of my friends and family. And when we finally did the acoustic album and we went to go record that first full band album, is when I finished that verse. So he's like 11 by that time. So that song had been in my repertoire of just kind of messing around. Nobody had really ever heard it, but I knew when I went and recorded that album, I wanted to, timestamp that song and really finally find that third verse, so that last verse is the last one that I wrote before we went in the studio. And like, again, fast forward, now he's driving. It's a wild thing to absorb.
Like, where'd the time go? You blink like the big Kitty. We blink and
Yeah.
boom, it's been 6 years.
I mean, it really is. As you know, anybody with kids and and with grandkids, and again, congratulations on the new one on the way.
Appreciate that.
It is a true thing. You hear that as a kid, and like, oh, just don't blink or whatever, and until you really live it and experience it, you realize that your parents and your grandparents weren't wrong. It goes so fast.
We
The Silverdale concert series. Oh, it was insane. Again, living here in Silverdale, anytime we can go play in front of our community and support anything like that, and when we get directly invited out, by the Chamber of Commerce and stuff like that, it's always a fun time. I think we did last year for the first time. It was our first one, and they're always fun. And we don't always get to do a lot of all ages stuff as well. So being able to do that, when we can, normally it's like McLeod's or Whaling Days or something of the sort, or Kitsap County Fair. Concert series is awesome, and I really love how they kind of grab a lot of local artists and showcase them, throughout the summer. It's a cool thing.
And I hear you might be like this, singing a couple of songs for us today as well.
I can do that.
I saw you Toget nominated for Kitsap County's best outdoor concert too. What was that like?
It was wild. We won that in two different categories, I think, in 2020. Yeah, definitely cool. Truth be told, we weren't even notified. It was a fan that messaged us and said, "Hey, you're in the top 5." I was like, I didn't even know I was in the running period. We weren't notified about it. So
surprise.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. It's really cool to be nominated. It's like a fan nominated thing. So it's awesome.
That was Brittany's idea too, right?
Absolutely. Tailgate tour is hers, couch concert is hers, and the Anchors Down, and pretty much any other good idea that has come along the way. It's all Brittany. The band jam, we did during COVID, brought the band in, and we're so blessed to be surrounded by so many amazing musicians, man. It's a wild thing, and to basically audition them and or train them during COVID on a live stream in front of the world, was no easy task for any musician to be comfortable in the least bit coming in and doing, but it got us bonded, and it got them ready for when stuff opened back up. We were ready to roll.
Nice. Delay.
Here we go. This one goes like this. Got a couple of kids and a real good wife. Up before sunrise, breaking my back so we can live that good life. Made myself a promise a long time ago. Never eat sugar-free, never be a vegan, and I'll never go keto. 'Cause I'm a cold beer drinking, king of the grill. You never catch me running on a treadmill. I ain't been in the gym since I was in 10th grade. Takes a lot of work for me to look like this. Seconds and thirds since I was a kid. Don't act like this hunk of burning love. Turn you on, feast your eyes on this dead body. I never met a buffet that I didn't like. I sneak into the kitchen for a Klondike bar around midnight. Yeah, I know I should probably slow it down, but I only got one life to live, and I don't give a shit about extra pounds. 'Cause I'm a cold beer drinking, king of the grill. You never catch me running on a treadmill. I ain't been in the gym since I was in 10th grade. Takes a lot of work for me to look like this. Seconds and thirds since I was a kid. Don't act like this hunk of burning love will turn you on. Feast your eyes on this damn body. 'Cause I'm a cold beer drinking, king of the grill. You'll never catch me running on a treadmill. I ain't been in the gym since I was in 10th grade. Takes a lot of work for me to look like this. Seconds and thirds since I was a kid. Don't act like this hunk of burning love don't turn you on. Feast your eyes, it's that body.
Yeah, on this dapper. Take a good look.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
All the dads out there.
That is perfect, man. Great song, man.
Thank you.
I had to make that my ringtone on my phone.
Yeah, we've been playing it, on the tailgate tours and some, local shows and stuff like that. But it's gotten pretty good feedback so far.
Can you share about some of the folks behind the scenes? Everything work. You get making an album. Your guys you work with, and Brittany. I know it's a person band. You have all these people behind the scenes having all that support.
It's incredible, and I mean, I have to include the fans too. I mean, everybody behind the scenes has really gotten us to where we are today. But yes, our band is, fully invested. They spend so much time like really trying to hone in the show and learn new music. And as you know, like my solo shows, I kind of go off the cuff. I don't do set lists, so getting the band to be kind of loose and ready to play, whatever comes up, has been paramount for us. But naturally, as always, all the work Brittany does, you don't even have a long enough podcast for me to tell you like all the plates that she spins to make sure that we stay successful and stay busy. And you pair that with the fans that are just the wind in our sails that keep cheering us on and talking to these venues. They bring their friends and families to all the shows, and our band members inviting their friends and family, and they come out, and we meet so many people from all over the country. It's incredible. But having them as a team and our friends that started working on our merch table, Jen and Rihanna and Robbie Perez has been doing a lot of our media stuff and advertisement and all our imaging and stuff like that. It's pretty incredible. Again, unassuming 6 years in, just building this team, what we like to call our team, but it's a small team, but we're proud of it. And they all put in so much work to keep us going and, make everything go off without a hitch every time we get to play.
That's awesome. I could do a part 2 with Brittany if she wants.
Yeah, there you go. You got to convince her. You got to talk her into that.
There you go. Share about going behind doing an album behind the scenes and making an album. You go in already with some things prepared, or you kind of, okay, we're going to do this. This is my idea, and roll with it.
Nah, I wouldn't say off the cuff, but we just finished up Saturday. We played Friday, and then Saturday I had the band over here, the band that's going in the studio, and I have an idea of the songs I want to do. You kind of pick how many songs you kind of plan on doing, but I really like to let it breathe. I think we already changed it up a little bit, but I'm with me always writing. I go on creative streaks, and so I think a certain song is going to make the cut, and then I write something else the next week, and I go, ooh, I don't know, maybe we need to do this. And what we did differently, or what we're doing differently going into this album, is the band, when they come over, as they've been coming over the last couple of months, they hear the song for the first time. I just play it for them acoustically, and I let it, collectively, all of us bring it to life on their musician side, the guitars, the bass, the drums. And then me and Brittany are kind of, conducting as, executive producers, going, this is kind of what we're thinking. What do you guys think? So I don't want to overproduce anything, and I don't ever want to record something that we can't replicate live. We don't do backing tracks, just like I don't use iPads and stuff on stage to play my show. It's like I want the music to be natural.
Right. You work a full-time job, and you're always performing on the road. How do you do it?
I get asked that question all the time. I don't know. My mom likes to say, do it while you're young. No, I don't know, man. Honestly, I think it's the passion for the music for me, because, I know there's a lot of people behind us, and and with all the work that we put in, I don't want to let anybody down. I don't want it, all to be for nothing. We just want to take the opportunities that we get and that we earn, and move forward. But I don't know how I do it. I don't know. I wake up, I live, sleep, breathe, eat music. It's always been like that long before I started doing this. So, I'm just so grateful to be able to go play shows, and that people want to still come listen. And, we have people come out every weekend sometimes, and they never get tired of coming to see us, which is mind boggling to me.
I do a full-time gig. I do this podcast. I would rather do Toy Story and podcasting and quit the big job.
Yeah.
So cool, and I love just talking to people, getting their story. I think it's really cool. Everyone has a story.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And we met pretty early on in our journey too. And it's been quite the ride. Anybody that's been following us for any amount of time knows that it's been super crazy for us.
The fans know too that this podcast can be heard on Total Mix Radio in Virginia. It's on all 50 states, 75 countries, and they love sharing independent artists from all over the world. So I'm excited to be a part of that and share this podcast and musicians and their songs. Pitching myself as well for this opportunity to share, get you guys. So
I appreciate you, Jody, and for the record, I'm proud of you, man, for getting out there and doing this podcast and stuff, because when you're passionate about something, you got to shoot your shot and just go all in, and you've definitely done that. So kudos to you, buddy.
I'm sure there are musicians out there who do some jobs, they're performing and singing and songwriting. Curious to know, after shows, what's it like when kids ask you for autographs? How cool is that when someone comes up asking you for an autograph? Mr. Gibson, did I get autographs?
I kind of feel like you never get used to it, but I think it's awesome. Honestly, that's, somebody wants that, or they buy your merch and then they want you to sign it, and they're like nervous, and I'm like, I'm just here, man. I'll stay here and sign all night long, so, because it means something to them, but it means something to me too, because it is a really wild thing to process. You want to go to Safeway and somebody wants a selfie or something, I'll always do my best to take the time to do that, because it is amazing. But the kids far and away are just awesome, flicking them guitar picks or taking pictures with them and stuff like that. It means a lot to them, because I remember being young and seeing live music, and that literally is the coolest thing.
You want to share another song, or you want to?
Sure. No, we can do another song.
Sure.
Do you have a request?
I don't think Eric. I like your church song. So whatever you want to play your hat. I love two songs off the whim and don't even think about it. I mean, that's kudos, man.
We can do a little Eric Church. I'm gonna do old school, little off one of his earlier albums. But fun fact, since I'm a massive Eric Church fan, is this is not a song that he really likes. He was like forced to put it out early in his career, and to me, this is one of my favorite Eric Church songs, so I'm gonna play it. I love sleeping in on Saturdays. I love college football games. I love not acting my age and good barbecue. I'm a fan of Faulkner books and anything my mama cooks. Smallmouth bass have got me hooked on Sunday afternoons. Yes, I love good cold beer, mustard on my fries. I love a good loud honky tonk rocks on Friday nights. Hell yes, I love my truck, but I want you to know, honey, I love your love the most. Man, I love how Red Man tastes. Damn, I love my NASCAR race. Any song sung by George Strait is country at its best. Yes, I love good cold beer, mustard on my fries. Love a good loud honky tonk rocks on Friday nights. And hell yes, I love my truck, but I want you to know, honey, I love your love the most. I love scuffed up cowboy boots and broken, tore up jeans.
4-wheel drive, 8 bucks and Rocky Road ice cream. Hell yes, I love my dog, Jack D in my coat. Honey, I love your love. Yeah, I love your love. I love your love the most. I love your love the most.
Woo! Nice job. Nice job. Excellent.
Thank you.
You're definitely going places, and one of the places you went to see, and it's a very historic places. What was that like?
It was I like to say it's a whirlwind. I ended up doing 9 stages in 3 days. It was a marathon, but we originally played at Luke's 32 Bridge, and so they're piping sound out to Broadway, so it's kind of like an open balcony up there, but getting to take the stage on Tootsie's and Redneck Riviera and Second Fiddle and Johnny Cash and just all these places up and down Broadway was just kind of surreal. We'd been to Nashville before, but never for music. But it was awesome.
You have a place left you haven't hit yet? The Gorge. Have you been to the Gorge yet?
We have been to the Gorge. We did the Watershed 10th anniversary kickoff party last summer. And then we did Pendleton Whiskey Music Fest was off the chain. There was almost 6,000 people there, so that was huge for us. Great time. I can't wait to go back. So
you have a bucket list left of the places you want to go to?
Oh, sure. I got a few. I think my biggest one would be the Gorge, but I would love to be on the main stage naturally, in any capacity to go out there and play. But Red Rocks in Colorado is a venue I've never got to be at, period. But, to play there would be absolutely incredible. But those are definitely my top 2.
I know ways and the good Lord answers a lot of prayers. So you never know.
Yes, sir.
Listening may say, oh, it's Junior, Red Rocks, poof.
Yeah, it's like I'll open for whoever. It doesn't matter to me. I just want to I just want to get on the stage and see that view. I mean, that venue is just gorgeous. So
I really appreciate your amazing inspiration to so many country musicians here locally, I'm sure, and all around the world. Thank you so much for the time and the opportunity today. I was shooting for 100th, but you're my 100th and one podcast, and thank you so much, man. Appreciate it.
Jody, I appreciate you, buddy. Thanks for having me on, bud.
You're welcome back anytime. Music and much. Go Mariners.
Let's catch back up and keep doing.
For more about Joel Gibson Jr., check out his website at joelgibsonjrmusic.com for his videos, upcoming schedules, and merchandise. That's right, merchandise, hats, hoodies, t-shirts, and much, much more. That's joelgibsonjrmusic.com.
This next song by Joel Gibson Jr. reminds me of the time is gone, where my grandparents have passed, my a lot of aunts and uncles have passed, and this song's called Wishes. And sometimes you wish a time that you could have back, and it's a great song. This is Joel Gibson Jr. Wishes.
I had $1 for every time she crosses my mind. I'd buy us a big old house and live on island time. I wish I could have some cold ones at a local bar with my Uncle James. We'd have a hell of a time, but he's looking down these days. I wish I was back in high school, walking the halls and hanging with my friends, driving round in my first truck, feeling that freedom again. They're just wishes, some can't come true, some come true from hard work and praying to God they do. Some you say in vain, and then hope they never do. They say be careful what you wish for, because it might come true. Wishing. I wish Irma's kitchen and every mom and pop diner would never close. Old timers sitting out front playing dominoes. I wish we could all get along and be happy and grateful to be alive, and never take anything for granted in this crazy life. I wish that this journey will take me all the way to that Opry stage, and I can stand there in that circle where all my heroes play. They're just wishes. Some can't come true. Some come true from hard work and praying to God they do. Some you say in vain and then hope they never do. Say be careful what you wish for, because it might come true. Wishes. They're just wishes.
Thank you for joining today. The Chit Chat Encouraging One Other podcast. My guest was Joel Gibson Jr. Fun time talking with him, catching up, what he's been doing. And when you go back and listen to my earlier episodes, he was on episode 40. Just like any musician, it takes practice. You begin to learn what works and what doesn't work. And so I feel that each episode I've done has improved more and more and more. I know things happen. Computer bug pops up here and there, and you get glitches. But I can tell you, every episode I put out in this podcast is from the heart. And I love to have the opportunity to share encouragement and positivity to people all over the world. Please subscribe and follow the podcast on Spotify, Anchor, and other podcasting platforms. And now you can hear this podcast on Total Mix Radio. That's right, Total Mix Radio. Every Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern, to noon Pacific time, brand new episode pops up. You can check them out at www.totalmixradio.org. That's totalmixradio.org with 2 X's in mix. And until next time, a quote to share with you by Ferris Bueller. You know, life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around for a while, you might miss it. So enjoy every day. Share. Some days are harder, but encourage one another. Share positivity. You never know what that one word can make someone's week, someone's month, someone's year. Take care. I'm Jody, host of Chit Chat, the Encouraging One Another podcast. But it's always about, you got it, encouraging one another. Until next time, later. This is Chit Chat, the Encouraging One Another podcast. What it's all about, encouraging others.